Hello, this is Daniel Hawkins, and welcome to my very first video in which I will be drawing and talking while I'm drawing. Today I am going to draw a really simple picture of my character Dog from the animated short Dog Says No to COVID-19. If you haven't seen that video, be sure you watch it before YouTube takes it down because of me mentioning COVID-19. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I've heard stories. I don't think it's spreading information. All I'm saying is wash your hands. And also, I am dating this video very clearly because as I am posting these and working on these, we are in the United States quarantined until further notice to help flatten the curve, so to speak, or prevent further spread of the virus until a vaccine is found. And so hopefully this isn't lasting too much longer. But in the meantime, it has given rise to opportunities like this to get a bit more creative and try new stuff. So here we go. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Full disclosure, I told myself at the beginning of this video, as I go to start laying in the ground here, I told myself at the beginning of this video that I was going to do this in one shot, and I wasn't going to go back and redo this and rework it over and over and over again, because I knew if that was the case, it would be forever before I finally got around to posting this video. And I just want to do something. I want to get something out there. Even if it's not perfect. So I'll get back to that, but let me just say right now I'm laying down the groundwork and what's called a line of action. Since Dog is just sitting down, that line of action is pretty simple. It's just a curve. But if you think of it like the character's spine, or like a string attached to the character's head all the way down to his toes, that's really what a line of action is. And it helps me know where to lay down the basic construction shapes. So I'm going to work on the torso here. I'm going to add a few basically circles for the torso. In the torso, I'm going to connect these circles. Looks something like that. And then the head shape, like so. So you end up with a kind of a curve like this. There we go. So as I was saying about perfection, maybe you're like me and you're a perfectionist, and you find it hard to either A, start new things, or B, finish things that you start. For me, I've experienced both. I've started a lot of projects because I thought they were great ideas and I was in a creative spirit, and many of those have gone unfinished for a variety of reasons. But if I were to really give you the main reason why I start projects and don't finish them, or don't start them at all, it's mostly because I'm afraid that it's not good enough, or that someone else has already done it better elsewhere. And it's kind of stifling, to be honest. You know, that kind of mindset? It's just, you feel like there's always some child prodigy out there, or some really lucky, privileged person who was in the right place at the right time, and they had the right idea, and it worked out for them. And how could it possibly work out for you? Because someone else has already done it. that's kind of my mindset, you know. For a while, I thought it would be really cool to have a YouTube channel. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that I enjoy watching, and I see them, and I think, that looks really fun, just full-time content creation. Um, and I think, how could I do that as an artist? Well, one of those ways is to do drawing videos, like what I'm doing right now. There's plenty of artists out there on YouTube who do speed drawings, or they'll just draw while they talk. I know people do that on Twitch now, um, which is which is very interesting, and I guess it's really it's got its own audience, and that's awesome. Um, but every time I go to start doing this, I think, well, I don't know. Am I really that interesting to listen to? And maybe I'm not. Maybe I am not that interesting to listen to. I don't know. That's for you to tell me. So leave that in the comments. Do you like my off-the-cuff commentary as I draw? Would you prefer if I came up with a script? Um, this is really a big experiment for me. And it's really taking me out of my comfort zone. So I guess if this video has any impact whatsoever, my hope is that maybe it'll inspire you. Speaking to those of you who are sticking with me, maybe it'll inspire you to try something new that you've always wanted to do but have been afraid to try. And if that's all that comes out of this, then I'll be happy. But for me right now, this is an exercise in putting myself out there and trying something new. And I'd just love to hear what you think. And if you have ideas for what you'd like to see on this channel, maybe you've heard of a style of video that someone else does really well and you think that I should give it a shot, I'd love to hear from you. Post that in the comments. Or, I don't know. Maybe you just want to share your appreciation for what I'm doing, and I'd love to hear that too. So, yeah. Can you tell at this point that I have not written a script? I'm sure that there are a lot of idiosyncrasies, like in the way that I'm speaking, that are maybe certain phrases that I say over and over again. I'm probably saying quite a bit. I know I say a lot when I talk. These are see, I'm saying it then. These are things that you become painfully aware of as when you start putting yourself out there like this. But here we go. I've suddenly gotten quiet. I've run out of things to say. What do I say? Oh no. I gotta say, I have a lot of respect now for artists who do this full time on platforms like this. It's impressive that they're able to speak not only as they draw, but that they've figured out a way to talk in a way that is engaging, and they avoid the pitfalls of falling back on sounds and filler like and all the hemming and hawing that we do in everyday speech. So thank you to you creators out there who have mastered the art of talking for a long period of time off the cuff. That's just really impressive. And I hope someday I can learn to do this as well as, uh, you know, as well as you guys do it. Okay. Yeah, this dog's coming out okay. You know, drawings are they're kind of like it's a good metaphor. This is a good metaphor, I think, is what I'm trying to get at, for getting used to imperfection. No two drawings are ever going to be the same. And sometimes you'll set out to draw something and you just won't really like it that much because, I don't know, maybe the head's too big or the ears are off. Or you get to the end and you take a step back and you realize, oh shoot, the body's way too small. I should have stepped back earlier than this. And when you're doing a drawing like this, I mean, you don't want to take too long. Like, I don't want to make so many mistakes that I end up having to go back and fix everything, or re-record this whole video. So I told myself, you know what? I'm just going to let it be the way it turns out. And that's okay. There's a famous episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. If you've seen any of the biopics that have come out, or documentaries about Mr. Rogers, you probably know about the episode where he's setting up a tent and he's really struggling to set up the tent, and they had to cut. And when he was asked if he wanted to redo that scene so he could do it right, he left it as is because he believed it was important for kids to see that sometimes things don't work out as planned, even when you're a grown-up. And in a day and age where we can film ourselves and edit out all the bad things, we can go on Instagram and share photos of all the good moments in our lives, but none of the bad moments. It sends maybe the wrong message that I need this tool. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That we're somehow we end up looking up to celebrities as if they're perfect. Whoops. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. And it's important to be able to have examples of times when things just don't work out, because that's reality. There we go. That looks nice. All right, I'll add the ground here. Actually, I'm just going to do some blades of grass. There we go. And maybe I'll put a bone on the ground here. Pull a Bob Ross and say, it's your world. You know, you can do whatever you want with it. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents. And that's in the spirit of what I'm trying to say. Perfection is an illusion. Anytime you see a celebrity that looks like they always do everything right, it's because they try many, 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 many times and they only show you the best version. And in a sense, I'm kind of doing that here, because this is maybe the fourth or fifth time I've drawn this character and recorded my screen. And I'd like to say the real reason for that is because I had technical glitches that I wasn't expecting. But I really want this to, maybe it's a part of me that really still wants this to be, perfect in one way or another. Hopefully this is the last time I record this, and this is what you're This is the version you're seeing now. I think that's going to do it. I'm going to add my signature and get rid of that layer there. There we go. There. I think that looks really nice. Well, if you've been following along this whole time, and first of all, thank you. Thank you for enduring my lack of a script and my impromptu speech and rambling on and off. If you have any thoughts as far as what you think of this video, what kind of content you'd like to see more of, if you'd like to see more of this, then let me know. Yeah, basically I'm just taking your constructive feedback. Or if you followed along with this and you tried Drawing Dog with me, maybe you want to share that with me on social media. Or maybe you just want to shoot me some questions or share some of your own artwork. You can do that online at on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook at D.Hawk Tunes. And be sure to give my YouTube channel a subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notifications and know when I put up a new video. And that'll just about do it, I think. Yeah. So, this has been Daniel Hawkins. Thanks for following along, and have an awesome week. Bye.